Big Brother 19, Week 2. King Cody gets dethroned. So what have we learned so far? So far in Week 1, and now in Week 2, it confirms it. King Cody is a big hothead, angry, short-tempered douchebag. And his Queen Jessica, she fits right in. They're a perfect match. Yes, those two, just one of the 3 showmances. The other 2 being Mark and Elena. And then we have Matt and Raven. They're the 3 showmances already. Yep, in this day and age of the big, strong, independent women, it's nice to see that 3 women run in immediately, jump into bed, and latch onto a guy and let them drag them through the game and hopefully to the end. Way to go, girls. So, after all the chaos in the first week, of Cody having to put people up and then coming down and putting up other people, and then a thing takes people down, and then he tried to backdoor Paulie, and Paulie had a special power, and he had a... Anyway, Jillian and Christmas wound up on the block. Well, right before that, when good old Cody decided he was going to go ahead and be tight-lipped and stare off into space like the zombie that he always does with his big emotionless face. He wouldn't tell anybody what he was doing. And he had more than half the house on his side. So what he decided to do, he decided to just, again, tight-lipped, keep all his teammates, his alliance, in the dark, and he went ahead and put up Paulie. Well, that backfired, as we know, and everybody went totally berserk. Paulie called everybody out, and everybody immediately jumped ship because Cody left them all in the dark, and they had no idea what was going on. So Cody, of course, managed to keep his little love interest, Jessica, on board. He had kind of sweet-talked Jason, the old cowboy, into coming over to his side. And Kevin, the old dude, he's over on that side. And then Alex, we don't know where she's at. She's kind of flip-flopping. But anyway, everyone was all mad. And Cody said, okay, we are going to get out Christmas. Everyone vote to evict Christmas. Well, the whole house flipped because of Cody's tight-lipped, non-game playing, non-team playing gameplay. So everybody flipped a vote, and they chose to evict Jillian. Well, of course, the little hothead that he is, Cody pitched a fit, ran around screaming and hollering, and just blew everybody off. And you could just see his face turn red and the steam coming out of his ears. He clenches his jaw, and you can see his jaw, the muscles right below his ear, his jaw, and they're just flaring as he's clenching his jaw. What a douchebag. So Cody and Kevin, the old dude, they got together, and Cody asked him if he flipped or if he kept his vote where he wanted him to do. And Kevin looked him straight in the eye and said, no, man. I did exactly what you wanted. I vote for Christmas. Cut to, I vote to evict Jillian. So he lied. But Cody believed him. So next was Ramses. So Cody and the Queen Jessica, they decided they were going to march over to little Ramses and just tell him how much of a liar he was and just stay out of his face and just bully the poor kid. I can't wait till King Cody goes home and watches this and sees how much of a dickbag he was. Josh was another one that he accused of flipping the vote. So he kind of got in Josh's face, and then him and Jessica stormed off and went in a little room and sat on their bed. Well, Josh tried to go in to clear the air and talk to him, and Cody just got his clenched jaw, and he told him, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Just shut up and just go away. No, don't say. He was just such an overbearing, arrogant dickhead. This guy is a douchebag. So Paul wins HOH with the help of just about everybody in the house. They had to get these balls and lollipops and all this other crap that was just raining down in the backyard. And they had to get these little magic tickets. Once they got 3, they could get no more than 3 at a time. And they cashed the tickets in, and they went over and they rolled a ball. And they had 3 different options, so these little trails to go through. And the first one to get their ball in the middle was HOH. Well, everybody was collecting tickets and handing them to Paul. So Paul goes ahead and he wins HOH. So, of course, Cody is madder than ever. And he is now definitely knows he's going on the block. Well, Paul hatches a scheme to backdoor Cody. Just about everybody in the house, except for the cowboy and the old guy, are on board. Paul pulls Alex in to the HOH room, has a little talk with her, and says he wants to backdoor Cody. I'm going to put you up. She says, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Does the same thing with old Josh, Josh, the big crybaby dude. Well, he tells Josh the same thing, and for some reason, Josh believes Paul. So Josh says, okay, no problem, I will do it. So in the meantime, Ramses, when Paul took the temptation, it actually dealt out a consequence, and Ramses was the recipient of said consequence. He had to nominate himself one time in 3 weeks, in the upcoming 3 weeks. He had to put himself in the block as a third nominee. So, Paul is HOH, goes down to the nomination ceremony. He gets his little key box out with his 2 keys in it and says his little spiel as HOH, my duty is to nominate blah, 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 blah. And Ramsey says, and he explains. So he puts himself up because he thinks, and he's pretty sure, that Cody's going to be the target. So he figures, if I go up on the block and Cody's up there, he's going home, I'm definitely safe, which is a pretty smart move for the kid. This is probably the best time to use it, so he used it. And then Paul went ahead and nominated Alex and Josh as planned. So it was also time for the Den of Temptation. And since Paul already got 1 temptation and then he took it, he is not eligible for any more. So the house guests went in one by one, and America chose Christmas this week. Christmas, who, if you remember last week, she jumped on the cowboy's back, fell off, thought she broke her foot, but she did some ligament damage, so she's in a cast on crutches, hobbling around. But anyway, so Christmas is the recipient of the temptation, which is replacement. She gets to replace a POV player. Now, not either one of the nominees or the HOH, but any of the other people that are picked by random draw, she can replace one of those people. It can only be used once. However, it is in play and in effect the entire summer. So as long as she's there, she can use it at any time. She can hang on to it as long as she wants to. She can only use it once, so once it's used, it is done. So the consequence of her accepting the temptation is that she got to pick 3 house guests to wear frog costumes. Okay, so in the Den of Temptation, there was voodoo dolls of every single house guest. So she got to pick 3 voodoo dolls of the house guests that she wanted to wear the frog costumes. She picked Jason. And of course, the showmans of Yep, Cody and Jessica. Alrighty, so going into the POV competition, everyone wanted Ramses to not try to win, because if Ramses wins the POV, he can use it on himself and take himself down, but Paul does not get to replace him. The only way Paul gets to replace anybody is if Alex or Josh wins it and takes himself off, or if somebody else wins it and takes one of them off, then Paul can replace that nomination with Cody. However, if Ramses wins it and takes himself off, then Alex and Josh stay up and Cody stays off the block. So everyone is trying to convince Ramses, come on, dude, we need you to throw this POV so we can put this plan into motion. During the POV competition, apparently Ramses tried his hardest to win. I guess he kind of got close or was doing pretty well. But in any event, Paul won the POV. Now later today is the POV ceremony, so we will see what happens. But all I can tell you for now is that yes, Paul did win the power of veto. So there you have it. Week 2 of Big Brother 19. What a mess. What a mess. So far we have Cameron gone and Jillian gone. I guess if all goes to plan, the next person will be Cody. I don't know, though. The way these reality shows go, these reality game shows go, the people that are in there causing all the drama and that are good TV usually stay somehow. So I'm kind of thinking that there's going to be some kind of twist or wrench thrown in the works to get Cody to stay. If Cody goes, then the only big drama left will be Queen Fake Tits Jessica. She'll be in there ranting and raving and screaming and hollering, but other than that. So now before I leave, Christmas actually left and went to the doctor's, and I guess she has a surgery scheduled for Wednesday. But the doctor did say that she will be able to return and continue participating in the game. So we'll be following what happens with Christmas and her messed up foot. We'll be waiting to see what happens in the POV ceremony. And hopefully old grumpy ass hot-tempered Cody gets his ass out of the house. Not that I want a veteran to come in and win and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but come on, friendship. Do what you said you were going to do and get that clown out of there. Come on back next week for the recap of week 3. This is Blind Views. Thanks for watching, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.